Revenge films.
My name is Sandra. A year ago, I married my husband, Kiyoshi, who is 2 years older than me. And since then, I both work and do housework. My husband is proud of being easygoing and having a lot of friends, so he would often invite me to go to drinking parties with his friends. All his friends were nice people, and a married couple who he had known from his childhood, Jake and Natalie, were especially kind to me. At first, I was excited to meet them, but after I interacted with them several times, I realized something. My husband was trying to leave me out of their conversation. One day, there was an incident that would make me very aware of that at the drinking party.
Hey, do you remember Sarah, our classmate from high school?
Yeah, I do. It's so nostalgic.
She used to have a crush on me.
Hey, you don't have to say that in front of Sandra.
It's fine. I'm here drinking with my childhood friends. There's nothing to be worried about.
I used to be close with Sarah, but she never mentioned having a crush on you.
Really? Oh, do you remember the coach of the baseball club in middle school?
Hey, I've always thought about this, but let's not talk about our past leaving Sandra out of the conversation. It's no fun at all.
It's fine. It's natural that she can't join our conversation. She's not our childhood friend.
I've had enough. I'm moving to another seat with Sandra, so have fun with just the two of you.
What are you mad about?
It's your fault.
Why?
After we moved seats, Natalie apologized to me. I'm sorry. I bet you felt upset, feeling like you were left out. Actually, I was starting to think that Kane was trying to leave me out of the conversation on purpose. What are they thinking? If there's anything you want to talk about with me, let's hang out with just the two of us from now on. Thank you so much. Like this, I exchanged contacts with Natalie, and we had to go home with a heavy atmosphere surrounding us. My husband didn't look like he was aware that he was being mean and regretting his actions at all. After my husband got busy with his work and didn't have enough time to go out drinking with his friends, he started to lash out his stress at home. He would complain about the food or housework as soon as he got home. And if he doesn't like the menu I cooked him for dinner, he would often eat instant noodles instead. I understand that he was busy at work, but I also worked full-time, so it's natural for me to feel frustrated when he complains about my housework and cooking. You're home.
I'm exhausted. Hey, isn't the doorway a bit too dusty? Vacuum the floor sometimes, will you?
I vacuumed the floors just now.
Then why is it still dusty? How about you learn from my mom, huh?
Your mother?
I've never taken you to my parents' house because it's far away, but their house is super clean. Mom loves to keep tidy, and she was perfect, cooking and doing the housework with great effort. I just can't accept people who do things half-heartedly.
I honestly think I'm doing things properly.
You have to be kidding! The rooms are dirty, and you're bad at cooking as well. You can't call yourself a wife at this point. You better learn from my mom.
If you insist, take me to your mother. I haven't seen her since our wedding. How am I supposed to learn from her?
Don't be so unreasonable. It takes us 3 hours to get there using the bullet train. Make sure you make yourself useful as a wife, okay?
He would compare me with his mother every day and insult me as a useless wife. It was clear that he was lashing out on me because of his stress from work. And when I was starting to grow tired with my husband, who would always complain about me, something that would be the last straw for me happened. I'm home.
You came home late. What time do you think it is?
It's 7 p.m.
What are you thinking coming home late when I have my day off? Where's my dinner?
I'm gonna start cooking now.
From now? There's no way I can wait.
Today might have been a day off for you, but I had work today.
So what? You should have made efforts to come home early on my days off. You're bad at housework and cooking, but who do you think you are?
What the hell? I also have a job. Don't make me do everything.
My mom used to work full-time, but completed all the housework and cooked for me perfectly. You useless failure.
That's so mean. I've had enough. If you don't want me, I'll leave.
Do whatever you want. I won't let you in, even if you come back.
With those words, my husband kicked me out and locked the door. I had nowhere to go, so I thought I might visit my friend's house. But I had something I wanted to know about, so I decided to contact Natalie. When I told her what happened, Natalie got worried and picked me up, so I ended up visiting her house. She was considerate of me who was feeling upset, and she listened to my story very kindly. Kane is really horrible. He wasn't like this before. Really? Yeah, when we were students, he was bright and would make others laugh by making self-deprecating jokes. He used to be so popular at school, and my husband and I were close to him. But after we moved to the city, he started showing off and even began to lie about himself just to make himself look good. So Jake and I were talking about whether we should keep a distance from him. I see. I have a question I want to ask. What is it? What is Kane's mother like? I heard that she did everything perfectly from her full-time job, housework to cooking. But is that true? Huh? Did Kane lie to you about that too? Kane's mom is really close to my mom, but she's a clumsy and lazy but funny person who's been a housewife for a long time. Oh, I have a good idea. Natalie asked her mom if she can come visit her for a trip and bring Kane's mom with her. Then she agreed to bring Kane's mom with her when she visits a month later. So I started preparing for the day and got ready for my divorce. When I told Natalie that I could no longer stay with my husband, who was a liar and abused me emotionally, she said she would help me and get revenge on him. Until then, I had no other choice but to go back to my husband and live a normal life. My husband had no idea and continued to insult me every single day. My anger was about to surpass my limits, but I told myself to hold it in so that I can get my revenge. And I tried my best to be patient for a month. And a month later, Natalie's mom and Kane's mom came to visit. So Natalie, her husband, my husband and I got a day off from work and went to have a meal together. When we got our food, my husband looked awkward every time his mom opened her mouth to speak. I'm not surprised because from how she looked, his mom was far from the perfect wife he was telling me about. Once we were getting hyped up, Natalie asked Kane's mom about her past. By the way, have you been cleaning the house, Auntie? Don't tell me you still live in a garbage dump.
Do you think I'm the type to clean? But calling it a garbage dump is too much.
Hey, Mom.
You've been a housewife for a long time. You should at least do some cleaning. You're so lazy.
My only strength is my bright personality.
Mom!
What is it, Kane? Why is your face so red?
You don't have to give them unnecessary information.
You've been lying to me about everything.
No!
I can't stay with a person who would lie and insult me. I'm going to divorce you.
Huh? You have to be kidding!
I had enough with your emotional abuse.
No way. Emotional abuse. What are you talking about?
I told his mom about all the things my husband has been doing to me. Then, his mom, who is bright and loves to laugh, got really mad. She dragged my husband by his collar, took him outside, and started to scold him in a loud voice. Then Natalie and Jake also joined her and started to scold him about how bad his daily behaviors were. My husband apologized after his mom urged him to, but my anger was already at my peak, so I gave him the divorce papers right there and went home. I knew I was going to divorce him, so I had already gotten ready to leave. I left the house with my packed up things before my husband came home. My husband called and texted me to apologize numerous times, but I had no intention of accepting his apology, so I just told him I want a divorce. After that, his parents came to visit me to apologize, but I clearly told them that I had no intention of forgiving him. Then, his parents got very mad and demanded that he should give me 80% of our property as compensation for his emotional abuse. Thanks to that, I was able to move into a new mansion quickly, and now I live a free and single life. Natalie and her husband also grew distant from my ex-husband, and we will still keep in touch after my divorce. From what Natalie told me, my ex-husband is very upset after his friends and parents left him, and when she last met him, he was mouthing words of regret. I have no intention of getting involved with him anymore, but I hope he learned his lesson and changed for the better.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.